Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a lot to talk about and a lot of good things. This is a great day in the Trump administration. It's actually a great day, really, in terms of U.S. history. I mean, this symbolizes exactly why we should all thank our lucky stars that Trump won and Clinton lost. Clinton would have engaged in sending more Americans to a country we should never have been in to begin with. President Obama got us into so many places we shouldn't have been in. Yemen, Syria are two examples. And now Trump is rectifying a mistake. To my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. I mean, it's just this day is one of the many reasons to vote for President Trump in 2020. And with all the turmoil, with all the craziness, with all the with everything that you hear in the media, he never colluded with Russia. That is a conspiracy theory on the left. That is a stupid conspiracy theory where all they do is they just revel. They revel in Spider-Man man, hello. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's working again. Meanwhile, President Trump has is withdrawing U.S. soldiers, U.S. troops, and they can't stand it. And I'm talking Lindsey Graham and Pelosi can't stand it. And this is exactly why, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why I went from Bernie to Trump. Because there's people who are like, how come you went from Bernie to Trump? And it's like, they don't get it. They don't realize foreign policy, to me, is the most important reason to choose a president. A president decides the course of U.S. foreign policy. A president has the authorization for use of military force. A president can decide to escalate conflicts or de-escalate in conflicts. A president can decide to intervene in countries, to engage in regime changes. A president can decide to listen to the idiots like the neoconservatives who, right on, Goodman. I like the evening live chats. Thank you so much. Ichkandidi, thank you so very, very much. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, a president. Thank you so much, Ichkandidi. Thank you so very, very much. Greatly appreciated. We have a president right now who has reversed course on what Clinton and Obama wanted. Just on CNN, who's the person? She's like, oh yeah, Putin got what he wanted. Putin got uranium from Obama. He got 20% of U.S. uranium capacity. How about this for a change? Obama and Clinton preside over a uranium sale. President Trump presides over peace between North and South Korea. Obama and Clinton preside over the biggest mockery of U.S. intelligence. People are too stupid to realize that what they did was make a mockery of the intelligence community. Then they pretend to stand behind it by the same people who allowed the mockery to take place. She transferred top secret intelligence outside of the United States government. She transferred this intelligence from secure locations like JWICs within the U.S. government. That's a travesty, a mockery, whatever you want to call it. President Trump, his foreign policy has resulted in the beginning of peace between North and South Korea. The beginning. They can't even admit that. They're like, oh, yeah, well, it's, you know what? It's not the same. It's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal. It is a big deal because when you compare Obama's foreign policy and what Clinton would have done. Clinton, according to one, was it one memo or I think it was a memo or an email? She was like, oh yeah, she wanted to ring China with missile defense to rein in North Korea. Well, that's exactly why Obama didn't preside over peace between North and South Korea. The beginning of peace. And if you look at the reaction, all you need to know is see the reaction of Pelosi and of Lindsey Graham. You have two people in the establishment. You have two establishment voices who are like, well, I'm not exactly sure if this is a good thing. We have hundreds of thousands of traumatic brain injuries from the counterinsurgency wars we've sent men and women to fight. We have hundreds of thousands of PTSD, people suffering from PTSD. We have over 1 million injuries, but just in terms of injuries. Over 1 million of the over 2.5 million who have served in Iraq and Afghanistan and other theaters of conflict. And the best you get from Pelosi was, well, I think that this is because of the Flynn sentencing. Well, what happened? At worst, he lied to Peter Strzok, who was fired because of anti-Trump bias and text messages. They can't even admit, ladies and gentlemen, that Strzok was biased. They don't care. They don't care. They just want to hurt. They just want to hurt Trump. And I hope that he sticks by it. Larry, I agree with you. Larry. I hope that he sticks by it. But this officially makes him the best president of my lifetime. When was the last time, I mean, aside from Reagan in Beirut, but when was the last time that a president said, yeah, we're pulling out? I don't remember. When was the last time a president said that? Yeah, we're going to reverse course. And even Slate, this like, ultra liberal, I'm with her publication was like, oh, this is a mistake. They are playing the American public. It's Jimmy Kimmel and all the social justice warriors and all the people who are like, oh my God, you said something bad. You're a bad person. You're a really bad, horrible person. You shouldn't exist. And when Trump does something that the left should have been advocating this. Now, there are people who are advocating this, but a lot of those people won't give Trump the credit he deserves. Ichkandidi, thank you again. Thank you. It's unbelievable because you have a president in Trump who is said to have been this monster, this person who Lord knows what he could do. Unpredictable, dangerous. And what has he done? Great economy, better economy than Obama. He's presided over peace between North and South Korea. When did you ever think in your life you would see North and South Korean leaders shaking hands and hugging? When did you ever think that Kim Jong-un would be shaking Moon Jae-in's hand and hugging him? And when was that ever a possibility? It certainly wasn't under President Obama. It was not a possibility under President Obama. So this is why I'm voting for Trump. And let me tell you something right now. Even though, it might not seem this way, although I hope you can sense the happiness and I hope you can sense the enthusiasm. But if I had to pick between Clinton getting indicted and, Uma and Brian Pagliano and all of them getting indicted tomorrow, I would pick U.S. leaving Syria. I would pick Trump withdrawing, total withdrawal of U.S. forces. I want these men and women back with their families. When is the last time you heard somebody on the left say that these men and women should be with their families for Christmas and New Year's? They don't care. They only care about policing Twitter. The goal of the average leftist, the goal of the average person on the left, is to convey and condemn and demean others, to let people know that they're morally superior, and that's it. That's it. It's not an anti-war stance. It's not an anti-war stance. The anti-war stance on the left is hating Israel. That's it. But when it comes to something like grandiose, you think they cared, by the way? Because I would always bring this up. I'm like, yeah, Obama got us into Syria. He's sending soldiers there. Oh, my God. You think they care? No. What they care about is the ability to police semantics. Attacking Medicare for all again. I didn't say anything about Medicare for all did I? This segment? Alexander M. Gonzalez, thank you. Attacking Medicare for all. I pay around $50 every 2 weeks. $117 for Medicare. Yeah, I'd rather pay a little more on taxes than pay $100 a month on garbage. I agree with you. If that was the case, a little more, I would be with you on that 100%. Oh, last segment. Okay. I thought you were a younger guy. Well, if you, I understand if you're paying, I understand you're paying. So Soros, thank you. I agree with you on that. If you could, Chad Davis, bring him home. Iraq vets love HA. Chad, thank you so much. And thank you for everything you've done for this country. And I love Iraq vets as well. And thank you for watching, Chad Davis. Alexander M. Gonzalez, I'd be 100% with you. And I thought it was feasible. But if it's not feasible economically, I'm not talking about the morality of it. I agree with you that if it's possible, that would be great. I totally agree with that. Rob 589, if Clinton indicted, all is forgiven, but hard for patriots to stay positive when idiots won't put Comey under oath for his recent testimony. Yeah, Rob 589, I agree with you on that. Oh, I also agree with you on that. Or I agree with you on that. My super chat is bringing up great points today. Rob 589, they just don't want. They're running. It's so slow, and you know what it is? It's this reverence for the governmental process. It's this reverence for the government. Well, you know, the investigation. We can't say it was a setup. We can't go there. But I mean, look, I don't want to get negative on Trump because he can actually take them all down in 2 seconds. He's choosing not to. But I'm going to focus on positives today and tomorrow, hopefully. The positive is this: President Trump's presiding over a complete reversal of the Max Boot, Hillary Clinton, Lindsey Graham, too, foreign policy. I like Lindsey Graham, but you know what? He reverts back to just being an establishment guy. The establishments love military quagmires and conflicts. They love having an enemy. They need to have an enemy to legitimize budgets and their salaries and a sense, a need in government. The Republicans and Democrats love having never-ending, perpetual military quagmires because it gives them a reason to exist. It gives them a reason to have their salaries paid by the people. They can always say, well, gosh, we have to do this and we have to do that while sending other people's children. But if you look in Shift, Trump orders U.S. troops out of Syria. Wall Street Journal. Trump withdraws U.S. forces, declares victory. That's the way they want it. Trump claims. So, it's time to bring our great young people home. How is that not something that everyone should rally around? Let's look at and then of course this is a great one. This is ending war good, orange man bad, and it's like this. It's like this decision that the NPC has to make. It's hilarious. Then he's going after Eric Schneiderman, which is great. Because they're like, oh my God, we got the Trump Foundation. It's like, dude, Uranium One, Haiti, weapons deals. I mean, by the way, Eric H526 uploaded some new vids. Yeah. So I am sharing right now. Everyone subscribe to Eric H526's channel. He is awesome. Subscribe right now to Eric H526's channel. But yeah, I mean, going after Eric Schneiderman. And well, that's hilarious. Let me read what hold on one second. So let me get to Trump's tweet, which is hilarious. This guy Schneiderman thought he was like, a ninja or some kind of, knight or character in a Dungeons and Dragons thing. And he thought he was that while in the sack, which is hilarious. The Trump Foundation has done great work and given lots of money, both my and others, to great charities. Now, as usual, I'm getting slammed by Cuomo and the Dems in a long-running civil suit started by sleazebag Eric Schneiderman. The worst thing you could say about Trump is that he paid women for romantic relationships. Sine Tulupin, thank you. I hope I'm pronouncing your first name correctly. Sine Tulupin, thank you. So this guy Eric Schneiderman, he was like straight beating people up, allegedly, apparently. Sleazebag Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, who has resigned over horrific women abuse when I wanted to close the foundation so as not to be in conflict with politics. Shady Eric was head of the New Yorkers for Clinton and even refused to look at the corrupt Clinton Foundation, which is hilarious. The Clintons have such a safety net. It's just unbelievable. I mean, sooner or later, though, she's going to get indicted sooner or later. In any event, it goes on and on. And the new AG, who is now being replaced by yet another AG who openly campaigned on a Get Trump agenda, does little else but rant, rave, and politic against me. Will never be treated fairly by these people. A total double standard of justice. It is a double standard of justice. But see, at the same time, he's president. So I don't want to get negative. I want to stay positive. This is not anything negative. This is only positive. Peace and love. Peace and love. Don't send any more letters. I won't give you any signatures. Peace and love. 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 That's Ringo Starr's way of saying, stop sending letters. I'm not signing anything. So this is hilarious, too, because it's like, how are they going to, how do they spin this? Bringing home our soldiers. How do they spin this? Oh, oh yeah, we've heard that one before. Oh yeah. How do you spin this? Who is this guy? Do our Pentagon agree? Does the Pentagon agree? Do your intelligence professionals agree? And then the experts? They got us into Iraq, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. I wrote this. I wrote this in the Hill, and it's actually in the pinned comment of my last segment. I'm not always right, but I have the pulse of what's going on, and I'm genuine, which is something a lot of people are not. And putting U.S. troops in Syria will lead to another devastating counterinsurgency war. This is when Obama sent troops to Syria. This is one of the first moments I realized, oh my God, I've been duped. Oh my God, I've been duped. What was I doing? I actually cried tears of joy when I voted when President Obama won in 2008. I was so brainwashed. I was so brainwashed to believe that so one guy is like, oh yeah, what about our experts? Do they agree? Do our experts agree if we bring home our soldiers so they could be with their families for Christmas and New Year's? What if our experts disagree? What about the geopolitical consequences of us bringing home our soldiers from endless fights, quagmires, and conflicts? I think we have to really evaluate what would take place if we actually engaged in peace and bringing home our soldiers from military endeavors. This is a really bad time to do this, Trump. I think we need to send more Americans off to fight the bad guys. Oh, you're fired. You said something on Twitter I didn't like. I'm an expert. Hi, everyone. I'm an expert on foreign policy. Please listen to me. The Amazing Raisin. I think we really identified the neocons today. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's the same people who are like, really, when you think about it, is there any difference between what North Korea is doing now as opposed to them before? Because, like, I don't see 100% peace. Oh, you're really smart. My God. Thank goodness people listen to you. You're really smart. He's the best president of my lifetime. President Trump, he said so many bad things. Yeah. So Obama, Clinton opposed gay marriage. They just, I don't care what the experts think because they're not experts. Here's a little newsflash. Okay. They're not experts. None of these people are experts. Okay. They're just regular government employees and they're regular pundits They ever played Dungeons and Dragons growing up? Okay, when I was an intern only, that's it, an intern at the State Department, I worked for a a a little office that would have policy experts come in, and it was almost like foreign policy Dungeons and Dragons. They would analyze different scenarios. So, well, this was long before like a whole bunch of countries joined NATO, and they would say, well, what happens if this country joins NATO? What does Russia do? And then they would come up with these game scenarios. And yeah, these people were smart. Okay, they didn't predict anything. They didn't know what they were talking about. They just were smart people, and they're like, oh, this could happen, that could happen, this could happen, that could happen, this could happen, that could happen. The smartest people were before Vietnam. They had these Sigma future scenarios that said we would lose Vietnam. Sigma War Games scenarios that said Sigma 2, Sigma 1, 64. It's not like it's not like Nintendo. It's just like these people. These actually were smart people, and they came up with the conclusion that this was from the Rand Corporation that said, well, you know what? We couldn't win. So we went into a conflict knowing we couldn't win. Kind of like that little office I worked in. But Britton Johnson, H.A. been long as a combat vet. God bless you, Britton Johnson. Thank you for everything you've done for this country. God bless you. And as an active duty spouse, this is music to my ears. I also voted for Obama, and I'm proud to have voted for Trump. Exactly. Britton Johnson, thank you. Britton Johnson. But Britain, the policy experts might not agree with you and I. What does Max Boot say about this? We have to find out what Max Boot says. Britain and everyone, we must find out what Max Boot says. He's a great and talented author. What does Max Boot say? I knew it. He's against it. Oh. This is Max Boot. Trump's Syria pullout made over objections of his own administration is a Christmas gift to Iran. But they don't even celebrate Christmas, Max. Dummy. Russia, ISIS, and Assad. This is the latest evidence that no axis of adults... axis of adults? Is that like a DVD that I should get? Axis of adults can save us from the impetuous and ignorant commander-in-chief, my latest. Yeah, your latest in the Washington Post, no doubt. The paper now used for toilet paper. Oh my God. This is a Christmas gift. No, dummy. Now, soldiers can hopefully celebrate with their families for Christmas, or at least with their families for Christmas next year. From the guy who gave us... Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. I swear, you can never win with these people. You could never win. I'm voting. This is my... Oh, who is this Ben Sass? He's another dummy. Ben Sass. I used to be a Republican, and I am thinking of leaving every day. Well, then leave. No one cares if you stay. Ben Sass is like, I'm going to leave, and I might start a new organization with Jeff Flake and the others. Red Shield. Wow, I hope there's no... Yeah, this could be the beginning of peace. I hope so. I hope so. Red Shield, I hope so. But the experts, Red Shield, they don't want that. No, the experts, they're going to warn us. It's all about the experts. Red Shield, thank you. Itch Condemn. Goodman, you have to be tough on all of them. Right, left, Trump, Q. That's your object. object to stick. It's a job. Stick to the plan. You absolutely have to activate sessions. Yeah, it's Condemn. Thank you. I love that. Like a military intel. He's like, what's the good word I can use to say sessions? Hey, General so-and-so. Take a second off HN. What should I activate? Oh, yeah, that's right. Activate. Activate sessions. Click. HN. Oh, look at the other boards. Anime. This is good. It's Condemn. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's all about it's like I'm telling you, I learned this about politics. Not the little people like me, but like the bigger you are, you get more money for being wrong and dangerous. Dangerous, so dangerous. You get more money and power from being dangerous and a threat to humanity. I guess that's why Clinton is elevated to where she's at. A show of strength is more important than the eventual chaos and mayhem and suffering. A show of strength is more important to these people.
But really, it's about the experts, because they've really been right about Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and Yemen and Syria, and every other country. It's about the experts. This is a gift for Putin.
What about the uranium that Obama gifted them? Fake news, PolitiFact, Snopes. He didn't gift them anything. It wasn't gift wrapped. There was no bow. You see how much of a liar you are. It's like, it boggles the mind. This is a time when Rand Paul what did Rand Paul say?
And then they're like, how do you go from Bernie to Trump? How do you go from Bernie to Trump?
Like this. This is exactly how you go from Bernie to Trump. I'm happy to see a president who can declare victory and bring home our soldiers, our troops out of war. It's been a long time since that happened. Yes. Trump is the man. That's why, like, you know what? I have to give him a lot more credit. Okay. Honestly, I'm not going to say anything bad about Q. Go enjoy the message boards. Hit up the anime. You know what? Have fun. Do it. Don't just watch Praying Medic and end there. Go the extra mile. Go to the other boards on 8chan. Enjoy yourself. Have a great time. This bud's for you. Today, everyone is united. Have fun. I have nothing bad to say. Go the extra mile. Go to the different boards. Have a good time. Go through all about HR. Have a good time. Have fun. I'm not Christ late. Go the extra mile. Have fun. Because honestly, today is a great day. I wrapped up like my last, like a segment early in the morning, and I was like, okay, and then I looked, I'm like, oh my God. I couldn't believe what I read. I couldn't believe what I read. I was so happy. So happy. So happy. I'm so happy, because this is exactly, like, people are too stupid to realize why I went from Bernie to Trump. Not that I'm like that. I'm not influential really at all, but thank goodness there are people who enjoy my work, and thank goodness I have haters who hate me. and talk about me all the time and obsess over me.
I'm gonna do my 10th segment on H.A. Goodman. He's a lunatic. Don't listen to him, he's crazy. If you listen to him, you're a lunatic too.
Wow, this is pretty awesome. I can't even repeat what I just read right now. I can't stand people who are like, this is everything. Okay, you know what? You're playing Putin's game here. What's Putin's game? To make sure that we're hurting ourselves by going into places we shouldn't be, overstretching ourselves, hurting our economy, mainly, sending good American men and women off to fight in never-ending conflicts with no end in sight. Yeah, Putin wants us to do that, dummy. That's why these dumb people like Lindsey Graham's, I just think that this is wrong and we should stay there forever and ever 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 and ever. And even when a meteor hits the planet, we should stay in Syria and forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. It's like, no, why would we do that? Hillary is like, I just think that there should be a no-fly zone. It's like, the insurgents don't have planes, dummy. You know who does have jets? The Russians. You don't need a remake of Top Gun. Of course, if they made a remake today, it would be like, I'm not even going to go there. Don't need 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 to go there. Every remake. Don't need to go there. Hey, it's the homeless walrus, John Bolton. Okay, here's a little newsflash also. We're never going to war with Iran. Ever, 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 ever. It's not like three of a kind like in poker. We just look at the map. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, this is a situation where it's actually a lot better than now. I'm like, you know what? Your second term, you want to indict Clinton, go ahead. You did this because we haven't had really great news in a long time. We haven't had really great news in a long time. So now we have great news. And then one guy's like, yeah, nobody agrees. Like, yeah, that's stupid. It's not our 2,000 soldiers there, and God bless them, that it's like, it's like the wild, wild west in these places. It's like complete anarchy. You know, those people who are anarchists and they're like, I don't really like the state. I think the state is immoral. Well, I get that. I understand that. But unfortunately, you do have to have some semblance of a state. You can always go to parts of Libya that Obama liberated. And then you'll just, make sure you're not anti-gun. You definitely don't want whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's an amazing. We've been through such a whirlwind of so much propaganda. And I always said there's a reason that I am voting for Trump, and he has, Mia Farrow. Oh my God. You're putting him there. Ah, you're putting this is Mia Farrow. Oh my god. You're putting America in danger. Danger. Dangerous. So dangerous. My whole entire unit is dangerous. Military experts tell us. Oh my god. Some more military experts. Oh my god. I love the experts. If we leave, we'll expand. While they celebrate in Moscow, Iran, and Damascus. Well, let them celebrate. What's the problem? You mean they're celebrating that we're actually protecting our own nation by not engaging in costly, horrendous, never-ending quagmires? Wow, they must really care about us, Mia Farrow. You're fantastic, Mia Farrow. You're awesome. I love how Hollywood is... I love how Hollywood's against this so great. What does Bernie say about this? If he dogs this, it'll be so sad. Oh my god, please don't say anything bad about it. Okay, good. He didn't say anything bad. Okay. What does Hillary Clinton say about it? She's like, I would have done differently. I would have escalated it. Creative Wingless Angel, we love you. Hello. This is just so funny. I love the Democrats are like caught between, oh my god, Trump is so heartless too. They're celebrating in Moscow. Like they're so schizophrenic. They don't know, like they don't believe in anything. So they have no value system. So they're just back and forth, back and forth. You know, the anti-war left is like, well, at least we can always hate on Israel. That's all they care about. They're like, oh, whatever. Well, the main thing is that, Israel bad, orange men bad. Okay, you can at least say thank you. At least be happy. Let's see. Thank you, Vima. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing. It is a great, great thing to have Americans back. It is a great thing. And it's always like, oh my God. Let's see what. So hold on. I have to see what others say. This is a great tweet from Neil Clark. Trump finally does a good thing and orders U.S. troops out of Syria. Hollywood liberals join in with the hardcore neocons and shouting, it's terrible. Troops should stay. Usually, like, oh, and then Marco Rubio. What an idiot this guy. I found someone who was supportive of the decision to retreat from Syria. Russia. Oh, that's so great, Marcus. 6.9 likes. Almost all Democrats. 6,900 Democrats liked your tweet. Congrats. Bette Midler. Bette Midler. You know, I forgot about Vladimir Putin. He's probably doing the happy dance right now. Bette Midler says Putin's doing the happy dance. No, he did the happy dance when we gave him uranium. Two dictators with one move, bringing home American soldiers from Syria, thereby abandoning Syria to the Russians. What do I care? Number one. Number two, they've been allies with Russia for decades. Read a book, Bette Midler. And the Kurds to the Turks? What? No. It was not. We were not there. I love the Kurdish people. I think we should actually defend the Kurdish people a lot more in Iraq and everywhere. And not worry about what Turkey says on a lot of things. But she doesn't know what she's talking about, Bette Midler. As usual. No, we... They're in their own universe. I swear to you. They're in their own universe. Itchkandiddy, thank you. Tom Fitton looks like, what else can I possibly say in his testimony? Pretty much. Pretty much. I'm just, maybe he's waiting. Who knows? Like, maybe he's just waiting, for the new year. He basically, gets what he wants done with Syria. And he's like, drops the hammer. Hammer! So we got another brilliant response from Bette Midler. He was doing the happy dance. Oh no, we can't have, Britain. Obama said, yeah, exactly. Assad must go, but that was never a choice to make. Thank God this isn't going to be another. Exactly. Our brothers and sisters are coming home. Thank God. Exactly. Britton Johnson. Itchkandiddy, thank you. Britton Johnson. Thank God our Americans are coming home, and it's because of Trump. And Clinton would have, not only tried to remove Assad before that, implemented no-fly zone, and she's the brainiac who thought that, the insurgents have an air force. It's like, of course Syria is not our fight. This is amazing. We have the greatest military in the world. We're the richest country in the world. But if someone is in an apartment, firing at our soldiers, you can't use that, or hiding behind, or planting, traps. You can't fight that. Nobody can. The Russians couldn't in Afghanistan. We couldn't in Vietnam. There's no way to do that. You're asking for the impossible. But of course, Marco Rubio, hasty withdrawal. Well, from Syria will cause Kurds and SDF to end fight against ISIS. No, it won't. And if anything, I believe we should support the Kurds 100%. 100%. But our soldiers there, it was more a show of force against Russia than anything else. And the first time you heard the word Kurdish from any Hollywood liberal was today. So that should tell you how they care. Oh, Eric Swalwell. I have a lot of questions about abruptly pulling our troops out of Syria. Do you feel like Moana now, Swalwell? Because he said he was debating he's like, I feel like Moana. I feel like I'm willing. That's the Swalwell's quote. Not trying to don't look into what I said too much. That's one of his quotes I found interesting. Did Trump do this to help Russia? No. Oh my God. It's time to finally let Congress debate an authorization for use of military force. This guy's a genius. He wants to debate the IUMF because you want to debate the IUMF because AUMF because he's bringing home soldiers. It's hilarious. This is hilarious. This guy's like, you know what? We need a new authorization for use of military force. You mean because he's sending soldiers? No, because he's really bringing them back, and he has no right to do that. It's like, what? This is crazy. The whole point of the AUMF is because Eric H526. Oh my God. Yes. The humor is strong on the chat. CNN Pentagon correspondent. Just wondering what late Senator McCain would have said about Trump. Yeah, why are you wondering? Oh my God, it's never ending. The idiocy is strong. We had well, people are like, oh, what about the Kurds? Yeah, we should send them a whole lot of weapons. Want to know why we don't? Want to know why we don't coordinate with them and send them as many weapons as we can? And because of Turkey, suddenly people care. These are the biggest hypocrites on the planet. Yes, of course we should support the Kurdish fighters and people. Yes. What about a bill to support the Kurds? You know who doesn't want that? Turkey. You know who wouldn't back that bill? Republicans and Democrats talking right now. They're a bunch of hypocrites, biggest hypocrites on the planet. Okay. Please, no, not Kevin Bacon. Oh, Kevin Barron. Okay, sorry. I was like, not A2 Kevin Bacon. Who cares if the Senate was not consulted? Why do you need to consult the Senate on bringing home soldiers? That's crazy. I love this. I love Trump for making these people just expose who they are. And you know when people are lying when they've never even said the word Kurdish in their life, but suddenly they're like, what about the Kurdish people? Well, what about the fact that we should be arming them and helping them a lot more than ever, and we haven't? That's because the same establishment voices wouldn't want that because it would upset Turkey. I do agree we should arm and support the Kurds. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Duke Nukem. Johnny Five. Duke Nukem. Swalwell. I love it when these people are like all tough and They're like the tough guys, but then, oh my God, bump stocks and gun control. Oh, they're so tough overseas, but really not so tough here. Second Amendment bad in the country, but no problem overseas. Ladies and gentlemen, it's really, he needs to expose them more. Trump needs to expose them more. He really does. He really, really does. He needs to expose them more because this is hilarious. This is really, really hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. God bless. Thank you so very much to my super chat. Thank you. This is a great, great, great day. Trump is officially the best president of my lifetime. If you just look at the beginning of peace between North Korea and a complete reversal in Syria, that's enough to make him the best president of my lifetime. Because any other, aside from Reagan, any other president from Carter until Trump would have tried to, would have tried to escalate. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Thank you, Johnny 5. I agree. Easy to take rights back. And also, what happened to foreign policy? They're so tough in terms of foreign policy, but in terms of the right to own firearms here, it's like, oh no. They just want to control 100%. Johnny 5. I have a really great segment on my Second Amendment channel, so I'm going to try to continue to build that channel. Bruce Smith, the reason libs didn't mention Kurds was that they fought Brennan and McCain's. Yep. Bruce Smith, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I will be back. I shall return. Thank you.